Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello dear friends, welcome to this second lecture of Module 6 on tunnels and methods of tunneling, treatment and anchoring of geological strata. In previous discussions, we have elaborated the tunnels and different type of tunnels. Now in these lectures, we will discuss about tunneling methods. In these lectures, we are going to elaborate about tunneling method. For these topics, we are going to cover about concept of tunneling and different type of tunneling method. Tunneling method is a concept for development of underground structure such as tunnels, caverns, underground storage, underground chamber, for various purpose related to social purpose, military purpose and for scientific purpose. So any type of underground structures we are going to recognize as underground structures, either caverns, either storage, either tunnel passageway, either supply of water. The tunneling is a method for creation of underground structure. This tunneling method is actually not a technique for excavation of strata and not a technique for extension or boring of strata. The tunneling method is a concept or philosophy for construction of underground structure or creation of underground structure. Parameters for choice of tunneling methods basically depends on the geological and hydrological condition of ground, cross section and length of continuous tunnel as per requirement of design, local experience, time and cost consideration related to development of project, and limit of surface disturbances and many other cultural, social, political and technical factors or technical problem. Tunneling method, if we are going to categorize, the tunneling method can be categorized covering all the aspect as old method, as classical method, also known as concrete lining method, then modern method. In modern method, we are having two schools of philosophy. One is New Austrian tunneling method, in short recognized as NOT. Another is Norwegian methods of tunneling. In classical and old method, in old method we are going to see about concept related to old method. After this classical method, the classical method, among the classical methods are the Belgium, English, German, Austrian, Australian and American advocated tunneling system. This country prefers to develop tunnels through classical method. Then what is a classical method? These classical methods had much in common with the early mining methods and were used until last half of the 19th century as historical documentation. Excavation was done by hand or simple drilling equipment, and supports were predominantly timber, and transportation of muck was done on cars, on narrow gauge tracks and powered by steam. This type of simple mining activity based concept is recognized as classical method. Simple utilization of the expertise of the person. However, this method utilizes here timbers, and simple excavation method required more time in comparison to the method utilized nowadays. Then another method supported by some of the countries, cut and cover tunneling method. And this cut and cover tunneling method, in this system the support the construction process of cut and cover method requires vertical and temporary support for excavation site, and this type of temporary supports we are utilizing as a timber if following this cut and cover method. The temporary steel deck may be used to maintain the traffic while the construction work proceed underneath. This steel deck support system was introduced later on and replaced the use of timber as a support system, timber locks. What are the problems associated with cut and cover tunneling methods? So, the associated problem is related to the stability of the shaft ground, then impact on the existing underground services and utilities, and traffic disruptions in urban area are the major problem associated with implementation of the tunneling method concerned to cut and cover tunneling method. In old method, this is also known as conventional tunneling method of the past. In old methods, peoples were utilized masonry in dressed stone or brick was regarded as the most suitable lining material in unstable rock strata. You can see this unstable, this cartoon representing this opening having some arch. Here the masonries are utilized as lining material, and the gaps these masonries are were filled. Concrete was rejected because of possible deformation during the setting, and hardening process was supposed to cause irreparable damages. Therefore, the peoples following the old tunneling approach preferred to use masonry and preferred to use timbers as a support material in place of concrete. They have idea that the concrete is going to show the deformation during setting and hardening process and may harm the stability of created opening. Space between masonry lining and rock face was dry packed with timber logging, which are subjected to decay when left in place due to environmental and surrounding impact. Generally could not be removed partially from roof because of the danger of loosening and rock. The peoples have no option for removal of the timber logs utilized as support filling due to risk of rock fall and loosening of packed opening lining. For example, a 9-meter long section of double track railway tunnels by the old method developed in Austria. After the bottom and top heading had been driven, and it took about 4 weeks, and another month was needed to complete the masonry of the section. 4 weeks for excavation and 1 month for making this lining. The huge amount of timbers used in more difficult cases was huge in quantity, that 1/3 and sometimes even more of excavated space was filled by the solid timber. It means, in summary, we can say that through these old methods the peoples were limited to utilize space created by excavation of strata due to use of timber as a log. Only one third space was utilized in case of a 9-meter long section of double track railway tunnel in our history. Then another aspect is construction and lining approach. This construction and lining approach has features. This method was introduced where first time going to replace the timber support by the steel support, and steel support is better than the timber supports in life assessment and resistance to the corrosion and decay with respect to time. Another replacement, the replacement of the masonry by the concrete lining. In old methods, we are preferring not to use concrete as the concrete is prone to deformation during setting. However, in construction and lining approach, the masonry was replaced by concrete lining and timber support was replaced by steel support. What is the advantage of this construction and lining approach? This is one of the most important advantage of steel support is that allow tunnel to be driven full face to a very large cross section area and going to provide more area. The resulting unrestricted working area enable powerful drilling and mucking equipment to be used, increasing the rate of advance and reducing the cost of tunnel through this construction of lining approach. Nowadays, dividing the face into headings and which are subsequently widened is done only under the most unfavorable engineering geological condition. Otherwise, through this methods, the peoples are able to create opening of large diameter. Remarkable progress in drilling and blasting technique, especially in Sweden, has also helped in reducing damage to the surrounding rock strata through controlled blast. Then modern method. In modern method, we have two schools of concept. One school of concept developed in Austria under the leadership of Reykjavik in 1962 and come in light in 1964 and utilize first use this concept in 1969 in Frankfurt, Europe for development of a soft ground tunneling. Another school based on NGI, Norwegian Geotechnical Institute, under the leadership of Nick Barton from Norway, Norwegian methods of tunneling. These two schools of thinking, this method is not a method of excavation or not method to provide the support. This is a philosophy for creation of underground structures for ensuring good stability. And friends, I try to attract your attention towards the tunneling. Tunneling requires two aspects. One is excavation of strata or layer. Another important aspect is to provide support system after proper assessment of load or stress due to creation of opening. It means the excavation of strata and support system, these two components are going to define tunneling, and these two schools are even old methods and classical methods are also well sincere and serious about these two concepts. One is related to excavation and another is about the support system. However, we are going to give more stress toward the support system, which is most important and required aspect for safety of tunnel. First, we are going to discuss about new Austrian tunneling method. This new Austrian tunneling method is a very easy and philosophical concept, simple in nature. The concept behind this tunneling method is simple. You can see build as you go. This concept was advocated first by Fenner in 1938. Later on, the concept of Fenner was extended by Mr. Rebjevic in 1962, and he has published his work in 1964. It means in 1964 the work of Rebjevic come in light. Then this concept was utilized in year 1969 in soft ground tunneling located in Frankfurt, Europe. The basic aim of NAT is for getting stable and economical tunnel support system. In India also, we have utilized this concept of NAT in case of tunnel constructed or developed in Kashmir railway project like Pir Panjal tunnels, and some of the tunnels located in Himachal Pradesh under the leadership of the NHPC, National Hydropower Corporation, some in Nepal and other countries also. If we are going to see about the philosophy connected to NAT, it is a very simple build as you go approach with caution, not too steep, not too flexible, not too early, not too late. This poetic notation to support build as you go, you can see if we are going to explain this concept with help of, you can see here tunnel. Due to deformation there is a change in radius. The original radius is suppose r, then change in radius is a delta r. So we are going to plot the pressure due to creation of the tunnel or change in situ stress or stress condition due to creation of the tunnel come in form of the support pressure. Between the support pressure and the relative change as a strain in case of this creation of opening, then we can say that this support system, installation of support system, the nature of the curve here, this pressure is decreasing and getting minimum at this point, means stabilize in nature, then again increasing with respect to this increase in ratio of delta r by r. If we are going to put the support system at this point, this is too early, not suitable, because there is a change in ground reaction pressure. If we are going to install support system at this point, that will be optimum and more suitable than the previous location, location A. Location B is suitable than location A. And if we are going to apply here inlet, then also it is not suitable. Therefore, not too early, not too late. Here not too steep, this is the optimum, not too flexible. New Australian tunneling method is going to advocate about mobilization of strength of rock mass. Through this concept, the NAT is going to allow the construction of tunnels in any type of ground. Principally, this method is based on the interaction between the rock mass and the support member, and this concept developed by Fenner was advocated by the Rebjevic, we have already discussed, in close collaboration with the Peters. This approach is the basis for the modern tunneling philosophy known as New Austrian tunneling method in many countries except in England. where this concept, the fellow or the peoples of England or the engineers of the England is recognizing as characteristic curve method, and in France as convergence confine method. The basic principle of knot or mobilization of rock mass strength about the support system, shotcrete protection to preserve the load carrying capacity of ring of rock mass, build as you go. After excavation, we require support system before next step, so that the safety can be ensured and the risk can be minimized. Next, monitoring the deformation of excavated rock mass, providing flexible but active supports, and closing of inward to form a load bearing support ring to control the deformation of rock mass. These principles we are going to utilize for creation of tunnel as per concept given by the Reykjavik in 1964, and which become famous by the new Austrian tunneling method. Here the summary of the broad principle acting behind the NATM: shotcrete protection, measurement, primary lining, rock mass classification for the strength assessment, dynamic design, mobilization of strength of rock mass. In execution of the shotcreting at the excavated area recognized as primary lining as the support system, shotcreting you can see. Then erection of the lattice girder along the face of tunnel, you can see the lattice girder along the face of the opening. Here this lattice girder, this is the wire mesh, lattice girder along the face of opening. Then wire meshing, placing of the wire mesh along the face of tunnel, you can see wire mesh placing and this girder fillings. Then utilization of rock bolts, particular type of rock bolting, and the pipe pulling, use of the crown support for the next excavation cycle. So these about the steps we are going to execute NATM. Why NATM? Because the system is flexible to install additional support measures, rock bolt, dowel, steel ribs, etc. Flexible to adopt different excavation geometry and even very large cross section. Easy to install a water roof member, easy to install primary support, shotcrete. TBMs is not an effective method as compared to the NATM. Successful of the NATM based on the consideration of rock mechanics and rock response, selection of proper profile, design of flexible support and lining, careful excavation, maintenance, direct contact, continuous control, etc. Internal support. The support in turning important factors in all phases and is based on the concept of stand-up time. Stand-up time is a very important parameter. How the ground will safely stand by itself at the heading. In soft rock, the stand-up time is found in tune of the second in soil and up to hour in case of loose sand, to almost no times, 0 times in flowing ground. But in rock strata, the stand-up type ranging minutes in revealing ground and closely fractured, to a day in moderately jointed rock mass and having spacing in cm and meter, and maybe in less jointed rock it may be century or self-supporting. If the block size is more than tunnel opening, that requires no supports. Steel rib supports is extensively used for the rock strata in tunneling. Rock bolts are also used for stabilizing tunnels. and shotcreting is also utilized for tunnel, and the shotcrete is the mortar concrete widely utilized. We will discuss in support system. Next school of tunneling methods belong to the Norway country, and in Geotechnical Norwegian Geotechnical Institute. The designer, the Fairhurst, has given one concept, one direction and suggestions to the peoples that designers should develop design solutions and design strategy that are robust, means able to perform well and are adequate even in unknown geological condition or ground, and fail in desired manner to avoid any type of risk of accident, etc. The NART was based on 30 years of experience and the case study of 1260 case studies. A tunneling revolution has occurred in the last 30 years with the advent of the wet process shotcrete and stainless steel fiber reinforcement shotcrete. These two components was important, are two components we are going to recognize as important contribution of the NMT. As far as concept is concerned, the NART is based on the concept given by Barton et al. In 1974. Q is equal to RQD by Jn, rock quality designation divided by joint number, then another quotient, joint roughness by joint alteration, then joint water reduction factor and stress reduction factor. The calculated value of the Q was utilized to categorize different type of rock mass, and NMT appears most suitable for good rock masses even where the jointing and high overbreaks are dominant. However, the NART is recommended successful particularly for soft ground. Although we are utilizing the concept of NART in Himalayan rock strata, which is deformed and fragile in nature, but lot of problems we are going to encounter. Where the drill blast and methods, hard rock TBMs or road headers are the most usual approach for excavation. You can see based on the Q value, the rock mass can be divided as exceptionally poor, exceptionally, extremely poor, very poor, poor, fair, good, very good, extremely good, and exceptionally good. Based on this concept, we are going to refer this ground, you can see by the yellow zones. If we are going to plot this Q by span of height divided by excavation stress ratio. The special features concerned to Norwegian methods of tunnels can be divided in these areas under these points as area of usual application. This concept can be utilized in jointed rock giving overbreak, harder scale, and where the strength is ranging from 3 to 300 megapascal. All the rock strata between these range can be utilized through the NMT successfully, economically. Then in K bearing zones, this concept recommended the use of manual excavation. This clay bearing zone showing stress slabbing where the rock quality index is ranging from 0.001 to 10 or more, and usual method of excavation can be applied in case of the NMT like drill and blast, like hard rock TBM, hand excavation in clay zone, etc. Here the temporary rock reinforcement and permanent tunnel supports may be of any of the following: CCA plus SFRF plus RRS plus B, B plus SFR, B plus S, B, SFR, S, SB, and none. Here the benefit temporary reinforcement form permanent support. Therefore, the quarrel between this contractor and owner can be minimized. Because the temporary reinforcement form the permanent support system, so there is no quarrel between, no discussion between this contractor who chooses temporary support and owner chooses permanent support. The mesh reinforced shortcut not used, dry process shortcut not used, steel set lattice girder which were preferred not used, RRS SFR are used in clay zones and weak squeezing rock masses. What is the squeezing and swelling we will discuss. The final concrete lining are less frequent use, that is the B plus SF is usually final support, and this concept was based on the rock mass characterization related to Q system. This rock mass characterization utilized for predicting the rock mass quality, predicting support need, updating both during tunnels, monitoring in critical case only. And this claim of the NMT is giving low cost and rapid advance rate in drill blast tunnels, which is economical, improve safety and improve environment. Here the CCA represent the cost concrete, and these all the notations you can note down through this. Norwegian method of tunneling in weak rock represent the support capacity of rock bolt is small in comparison to the use of shotcrete and SFRS, which is generally the main element of the long-term support system for resisting heavy support pressure in tunnels in weak rock masses. And the untensioned full column grouted bolts are more effective than the pre-tensioned rock bolt in supporting weak rock masses. However, the thickness of SFRS is about half of the thickness of the plain shotcrete without reinforcement, and that was utilized in Uri Hydel project in Himalaya and also utilized in many projects in Himalayan region. SFRS is recommended in mild and moderate squeezing ground condition, that is the very weak and time dependent deformation in case of squeezing ground condition is a very problematic due to increment in load condition, and tectonically disturbed rock masses with thin shear zones. NMT is based on philosophy of not to form a load bearing ring all around a tunnel, and NMT offers site specific design table, plan for shotcrete and chart of the SFRS for extensive use in modern NMT and other coming philosophy in way of tunneling. Friends, these materials I have prepared from different research papers presented by Barton and Grimstad in 1992, then the Barton Barton et al. 1974, Barton, Leon and Lunde in 1974 about the engineering classification of rock masses for design of tunnel support, published in Rock Mechanics by Springer Barlack. Fairhurst in 1993, Analysis and Design, published Analysis and Design in Rock Mechanics, the General Context, Comprehensive Rock Engineering, Chapter 1 to 3, from page this 1 to 29. Then the Fenner in very early presented researches and notation of ground stress in German language, and the NGI has published one handbook on the Q system, and which was updated in 2022, the thin book having page 1 to 48. Then the paper based on the Reykjavik in 1964 and 1965 about the new Austrian tunneling method, published in the Water Power of Limited, and this book written by Singh and Singh B. Bhavani Singh and R.K. Goyal in 2000, tunneling in weak rocks was utilized fully for development of this topic. In concluding remarks, we can say that the tunneling is a philosophy for development of underground spaces, tunnels, caverns, underground chamber, storage for fossil fuels, etc. Old methods are unable to provide sufficient space for underground spaces, space structures, and deterioration and deformation of support system. The two modern methods, namely New Austrian tunneling method and the Norwegian methods of tunneling, are widely used for development of tunnels and underground spaces in different geological ground, and the NATM is based on mobilization of strength and self-supporting system. However, NMT is advocated the support system based on the geotechnical characterization of geoground. The shortcrete and SFRS is recommended as the main element of the long-term support system for sustaining heavy support pressure in tunnels in even weak rock masses. Dear friends, in this class we have elaborated about different philosophy of tunneling, starting from basic old method, then classical method, then New Austrian tunneling method and Norwegian method of tunneling. This philosophy concerned to tunneling is not a technique of excavation of rock strata. The excavation of rock strata is a drill and blast, hard rock deviance, road headers, excavation by manual method, etc. In next class, we will discuss about treatment and concept of preparation for strengthening of rock strata. Thank you.